Hello you guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to a layout for the scrap room. We are playing with a portion of the flavors of the month for March 2024. This collection in the flavors of the month kit this month is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, is it Secret Garden? Spring Garden, I believe. Very pretty, very pretty. So I'm also playing with the Freaky Fast formula today. So there are the cuts we need to make. I will start kind of looking through the papers first and trying to decide what I want to use. And ultimately, I end up starting 2 different pages. So there will be a bonus video for you on another day. After this, actually check back tomorrow. I will try to do it so that it is tomorrow. But I'm gonna start off by obviously trimming down my cardstock, and I'm really liking that blue paper. I really want to feature that. It's standing out to me. The only negative side of using a bunch of the blue paper is then I don't get a lot of the butterflies that I can fussy cut. So I am going to gut it because I would like to frame my whole layout in that. And then I will also cut the giant 8-inch circle out of this blue paper because, again, I love it. It's just gorgeous. So we've got an 8-inch circle. We've got 4 squares we have to cut, 3.5 by 3.5, and then was it 2 strips? I believe so, 1/2 inch, and then another, I don't remember. So I put on my border this way, and I don't know why I don't do it this way all the time. I just put ATG on one end so that I can line it up better and it doesn't stick where I don't want it to, and then I finish off by doing glue, which tends to hold it a lot better. And so I don't know why I don't do that more often, but I did it this time for sure, which was great, but I have no idea why I don't do it that often. But highly recommend that that technique for applying a border to your page when you have gut out the back of it. So getting my 8-inch circle. So originally I had a photo in mind that I wanted to use, and then I started fussy cutting out the florals on one of the other papers, and then I was realizing really some of these papers kind of could look like they come from 2 different collections because of their color schemes. I really wanted to use the blue, and I thought about using the honeycomb pattern on the back of, I think it was that same floral paper. And like I said, you'll see it in the breakdown of the kit will be at the very, very end. But then I was realizing they didn't really go together, and I couldn't create 2 different pages. I started cutting all that stuff, and I realized that I couldn't break it down and make the Freaky Fast formula work with what I had. It just wasn't feeling right to me. I probably could have, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I decided to change directions. I grabbed a whole nother photo, and this photo goes perfectly with this, and I think this works out really good. So I've got my circle, and then I've cut out on the grid pattern part of one of the pattern papers so that's why you're not seeing some of those papers, because I had already started cutting them before I changed directions, and with editing you just didn't see that part. So I've got my 4 3.5 by 3.5 squares. I've kind of alternated. I've got my photo here, and then I'm going to fussy cut a bunch of those butterflies out. Oh yeah, you just need like a 3 by 2, I think is the other one, right? Yeah, I think so. I don't have it in front of me, but it did flash up. It was just too small for me to read. So I'm deciding to make these stand out and just to bring out some of the pink more in some of the patterns. And it works out that my niece is wearing pink in this photo. I'm gonna ink everything up in I'm pretty sure it's picked raspberry. So we're gonna ink everything up to make it pop off the background. Otherwise there's a lot of similar colors, and I really like the way this ends up pulling together. So after I get everything inked up, I'm trying to decide how I would like to map my photo, and I happen to have a strip of, a couple strips of this bright pink cardstock laying around. So I'm actually going to create a mat for my photo using those strips. And usually a couple strips go a long way, and you just go around the edge of the photo and it's like you have a full piece of paper behind there. It's almost like magic when it comes to matting papers with just a couple pictures with just a couple strips of paper. So again, I wanted to clarify. So yeah, it was 8-inch circle for 3.5 by 3.5. I think it was like, is it a 2 by 12 or 1.5 by 12-inch strip, and then like a 3 by 2 piece of paper. So I've got everything pretty much settled, matting my photo. I am going to take that like 3 by 2 piece, and I'm going to fishtail banner either side, because that is definitely one of the pieces that I struggle with trying to figure out where it should fit on the page. So I will fishtail that and use that kind of as a place for my title, which I'm just going to use pretty much all the embellishments that I got with this, plus some flat back gems, I believe. I made these layouts and then I'm voicing them over like weeks later, so, and I don't have them in front of me at the moment, so I'm trying to recall how I did everything. I've got everything inked up with the pink ink and photo ready to go down. I've got that big strip across the middle, and I'm really liking the way this turns out. This is a very center focused layout, which is not something I do very often. I like things askew and a little more asymmetrical. Yeah. So I'm getting that glued down, and then I will fishtail banner that 3 by 2 and then start adding some embellishments. The kits all come with some embellishments from the collection, usually kind of a variety. In this instance, we've got some ephemera pieces, and then with fussy cutting some butterflies. I've got that kind of adds to my embellishments. You can always make your page kits stretch if you're only getting the flavors of the month kit and you want a little bit more. You can always make your kit stretch by fussy cutting things or creating your own embellishments or using things from your stash just to kind of beef it up. I love when I can figure out a really good way to mix things together. But yeah, here I was trying to figure out where the heck to put this 3 by 2, and then I was like, who made this Freaky Fest formula? And then I remembered I did. I'm the one who decided that. That was silly. So then I'm just going to use, that title piece that came that just says today, and I'm inking up all the little pieces that the butterflies that I'm going to put around, and any other little bit. And I'm just going to create a triangle of embellishments. So we're going to have the title there up in the upper right, and then create an embellishment area down on the upper left, like farther away, and then the lower left portion is where I will create another embellishment cluster. So, some ephemera pieces. So I got a couple good little florals. I got a little butterfly. And then there's foam thickers that came with this one too. So I'm going to play around with that. There's some cute little hearts in there. These beautiful, they're like the fake brads. So they're adhesive backed fake brads. And I went and got my layout because I couldn't remember what I all did with it. I did not do flat back pearls. I actually did some Nuvo drops in like a pearlescent pinky color. And I think it's vintage rose or something like that, I think is the color. But yeah, I used some thickers for a title that just says today, and then putting my butterflies down. And then I'm thinking, okay, I've got this floral cluster down on the bottom. I've got my title kind of cluster up in the upper right. That my butterfly cluster up there in the upper left needs something. I need a spot to journal. So I just go through and grab some L Studio labels, because there's always a label that will work. Like, there's so many colors. I have a million of them. There's always something that'll work. I find one that's a light pink with pink lines. I tuck it in and it's perfect. And then I'm going to add those Nuvo drops, and I'm also going to add some splatters off camera. It just felt like it needed something else. I'm not a clean cut, white space, no mess type layout person, so it felt like it was missing something. So I added just some splatters of the same Distress Oxide, Festive Berries. Wait, is that what I said I was doing? Or which pink am I doing? Which pink did I use? Whichever pink I mentioned that I used. And then that is it. So here's some close-ups, and then you will get the full kit reveal for this portion of what everything that you get in your kit. Enjoy. Make sure you check out the Facebook group for all the challenges and all the other videos on this ScrapRoom channel. And feel free to come check out the rest of the videos on my channel. I've got lots of good stuff. Subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Is what you get in the Simple Stories Vintage Spring Garden portion of the Flavors of the Month kit this month. You're going to get 2 pieces of Fig Swirl cardstock from Basil, smooth cardstock, a very nice grayish color. And then the pattern papers are My Happy Place, beautiful butterflies. And then the other side is a really pretty blue tone paper. Scatter Sunshine, very subtle honeycomb pattern. And the other side is this gorgeous floral with a fun gingham. And then Bloom Brightly, fun mixed media-esque pattern with a blown up, almost napkin pattern is what I would say on the other side. And then the embellishments you're going to get are a 1/5 a pack of ephemera, which is going to vary, a few brads, which is going to vary per kit, as well as some foam stickers, which is also going to vary. So here are the foam stickers I got, and each kit will be different, or you could get the exact same ones, but likely you'll get something else. Got a few brads here. I got 3 of them. I had a heart fall off. I'm not sure where that goes. So I got 3 brads. This one is a butterfly. This one's an up close like of a flower, and this one has kind of a flower print on it. And a bunch of butterflies and floral ephemera, gorgeous ephemera. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And a few bees. Awesome.